So let's talk about what might just be the biggest leap in AI we've seen in a long, long time. Agentic AI. We're moving beyond AI that just follows orders to AI that can actually think, plan, and act all on its own. It's a huge shift, and we're going to break down exactly what that means right now.
Just think about that for a second. We use AI for simple stuff every day, right? Like a chatbot taking our pizza order. But what if that AI wasn't just taking the order? What if it was running the entire store? I mean, managing inventory, creating marketing campaigns, handling returns, even hiring delivery drivers, all to hit one big goal: run a successful business. And no, this isn't some far-off sci-fi movie idea. This is where we're heading.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this huge leap forward, we've got to start with the basics. Let's talk about the AI we already know, the kind that works by following a very clear set of rules.
This is what we call traditional AI. And look, it's incredibly powerful and super consistent, but you can almost think of it as a genius on a leash. It has to operate inside these strict boundaries that we humans set for it, using data we've already labeled and logic we've already programmed. It's not a general problem solver, it's more like a brilliant specialist that does one specific job perfectly.
A perfect example of traditional AI is a customer service chatbot. It's really just following a very detailed script. If you ask a question and knows, boom, it gives you the pre-written answer. But now, compare that to an autonomous IT agent. This thing doesn't wait around for you to tell it what to do. It's constantly watching an entire network, finding problems, figuring out solutions, and then actually fixing them, all without a human stepping in. That difference, it's everything. One follows the script, the other is writing its own as it goes.
And that very ability to write its own script is what brings us to the main event, Agentic AI. You got to understand, this isn't just a small update, it's a massive evolutionary step, breaking free from those old, rigid, rule-based systems.
You know, if you had to boil Agentic AI down to one word, it would be autonomy. These are systems designed to take a big, high-level goal from a person and then just figure it out. They plan the steps, they adapt when things go wrong, they make decisions. And that phrase right there, minimal human direction, that's the magic phrase.
So this is the real game changer in how we work with AI. We're going from being micromanagers telling the AI exactly what to do and how to do it, to being more like guides. We give the AI a destination, a goal, and we trust it to figure out the best way to get there on its own. And that, well, that takes a whole new level of thinking.
So what does this new kind of thinking really look like under the hood? Let's go a little deeper and put these two types of AI side by side to see how they actually work and learn. This is where the differences become crystal clear.
Okay, so traditional AI learns kind of like a student cramming for a final exam from a textbook. It just memorizes a massive, static pile of data. And if you want it to learn something new, you basically have to hand it a whole new textbook and make it study all over again. Agentic AI, totally different. It learns on the job, in real time, from its own experiences. It's constantly updating its model of the world. It doesn't just study the map, it's actually learning by driving the car.
This table right here really lays it all out. Let's walk through it. First, autonomy. Low versus high. That's the big one. Then learning. You've got static, labeled data versus dynamic, real-time experience. But for me, the most important row here is adaptability. Traditional AI is brittle. Throw something new at it, and it breaks. An agentic system, though, it's built for surprises. And that leads to the final, massive difference in output. Traditional AI gives you an answer or a prediction. Agentic AI gives you action. It actually executes entire workflows.
All right, so this all sounds amazing in theory, but where is it actually happening? Well, it turns out Agentic AI is already being used in some of the most complicated, high-stakes fields out there, places where speed and being able to adapt are absolutely critical. Let's check out a few examples.
Take cybersecurity. An agent doesn't just send you an alert about a new threat. No, it analyzes the attack, changes its own defensive strategy on the fly, and fights back in real time, way faster than a human ever could. In finance, you've got agents making complex trades based on live market data, constantly tweaking their own risk settings as the global economy shifts minute by minute. And in IT, it's like having a superhero team of engineers watching your systems 24/7, fixing problems before you even know they exist.
Healthcare gives us another really powerful way to see this difference. A traditional AI is fantastic at pattern matching. It can look at an X-ray and say, hey, this looks like something I've seen before, and that's super valuable. But an agentic AI can take it so much further. It could take that one diagnosis, then look at the patient's entire medical history, their real-time vitals from a smartwatch, and the latest medical journals, and then design a complete,
personalized treatment plan that literally changes and adapts as the patient's condition evolves.
So you might be thinking, with all this power, is agentic AI just going to replace traditional AI completely? Well, the answer is a hard no. The future isn't about one taking over the other, it's about a smart, strategic partnership between the two.
In fact, a key insight from the research we've been looking at really just nails it. The real advantage isn't going to come from picking one over the other. It's going to come from mastering how to use them together.
So here's the big takeaway. It's all about using the right tool for the right job. You use traditional AI for those focused, repetitive tasks where you need perfect consistency, sorting data or basic fraud checks. It's your reliable workhorse. But then you bring in agentic AI for the messy, unpredictable problems that need actual strategy and autonomous decisions. It's like building a team. You need your specialists and you need your strategists, each playing to their own unique strengths.
And all of this brings us to a really fascinating and frankly, critical question for our future. As these AI agents get more and more autonomous, what happens to our job? Maybe our role changes. We stop being the micromanager of tasks and we become the high-level strategist, the one who sets the big goals, defines the ethical lines, and applies that uniquely human intuition to guide these incredibly powerful new systems. As AI starts to handle more of the how, we get to focus more on the why.